Welcome to All Pro Football Data. My name is Jim Coburn, and today's episode talking about DeWayne Carter, defensive tackle out of Duke. We're going to be taking a look at his production data profile and other statistical factors. Carter was third team All ACC in 2021, second team All ACC in 2022, and first team All ACC in 2023. So in many ways, he started from the bottom. Now he's here, everybody. Now, moving to his defensive market share scores. Defensive market share is where you take a individual statistic and you divide it by the team total statistic. Now, you can pause the video to kind of learn more about the process as to how I get these numbers, but this is how he tested in terms of those particular data points. He had a 70 percentile solo tackle score, 90 percentile sack score in terms of his market share as a sack artist, and then he had a 90 plus percentile tackle for loss score. All those numbers are pretty fantastic in terms of his overall production data. This is out of 1,729 defensive tackles since the 1989 NFL draft class. Looking at his other market share scores, so things like forced fumbles, pass deflections, interceptions, he tested really well in these areas as well. He had a 90 plus percentile forced fumble market share score. He had near a 80 percentile pass deflection market share score and a 80 plus percentile interception market share score. So he can kind of do it all. He can get solo tackles, he can get sacks, he can get tackle for loss, he can force some fumbles, he can get pass deflections, he can get interceptions. He kind of does a little bit of everything, which is why I think some people really like him in this particular draft cycle. He's been around for a while, he's very experienced, and he does everything. Now, going to his adjusted production scores. This is where there's a bit of a scary moment for him, which deals with his age. So he is a 22 percentile age prospect. When you take a look at his MSA rating, he had an 84 percentile MSA rating and a 90 plus percentile pass rating. The MSA rating takes a look at his solo tackle, sack, and tackle for loss, plus his age, strength of schedule, strength of team. And then the pass score is like the every score added together. It's like the gumbo metric for defensive tackle prospects, and it gives you context for the production. So based on these numbers, he's kind of closer to a starter to Pro Bowl threshold for him based on his data because of his age issue. Looking at his comparisons, these are the defensive tackles that compare very similar to DeWayne Carter based on his data. Guys like Linval Joseph, Justin Matabuk, Marcell Dareus, who's kind of an upper end kind of guy for him. Xavier Cooper was a pretty interesting guy. So these are kind of all the defensive tackles that kind of test similar to him based on his data profile. So most of them are kind of like starter defensive tackles for the most part. Overall outlook for DeWayne Carter. DeWayne Carter profiles as a backup to starter long term. His biggest weakness is his age. I know a lot of people hate talking about age, like, what does it matter how old he is? But again, there is a correlation to higher quality outcomes when the prospect is really productive at a younger age. I think Carter probably should have declared early, probably 2 years now. Carter has been that guy that I have consistently had as a top defensive tackle for probably since 2021 in many ways based on his production data. And he just waited, and then now he's coming out. So maybe that can flow into things a little bit. I think athleticism testing and physical metrics will play a big role in his projection due to his age. But for the most part, though, I think he is a solid defensive tackle prospect. He is probably closer to good versus elite, but good can definitely help you out. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Jim Coburn. You can check out my other work at Gymmetrics on Twitter. Also check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/jcoburn. And I will talk to you guys and see you guys in the next one. Peace.